In a peaceful small village, there lived an old lady who lived alone in a small house near the base of an ancient banyan tree. She was very old, with silver white hair and a face full of wrinkles, yet her eyes were bright and warm. Despite her age, having no husband or children and no one to care for her, she never complained or felt sad. On the contrary, she always appeared with a gentle smile on her lips, making anyone who met her feel at ease. Every morning, she would sit under the large tree, smiling and greeting everyone who passed by. People loved stopping to talk to her because her words were like a warm blanket on a cold day, gentle, peaceful, and inspiring trust. Meanwhile, the villagers struggled with life. Some were farmers working hard on their land, others were carpenters, and some sold goods at the small market. The unpredictable weather often caused poor harvests, and diseases spread easily, making many live with worry and exhaustion. Despite all these difficulties, the old lady never lost her smile. Her presence was like a light, reminding everyone that although life can be harsh, true peace and joy come from one's attitude, being grateful, sharing, and keeping the heart light. Life in that small village was far from easy. The people mostly worked as farmers, tilling the dry land, or as carpenters making furniture, or selling goods in the small market. Each day they struggled against unpredictable weather. Sometimes drought ruined the crops, other times heavy rains caused flooding. Illness was also a constant worry, reducing their ability to work and making life harder. Many villagers lived with anxiety, sadness, and despair, unsure of what the future held. Amidst all this hardship, there was one person who never lost her faith or smile: the old lady living alone by the banyan tree. Her calmness and optimism were a great comfort to the villagers. One day, a young woman named Priya came to visit her. Her face was wet with tears, and her voice trembled with fear and despair. Her husband had gone to the city to find work, but hadn't sent any money home yet. Her children were hungry, and Priya didn't know how to survive these difficult days. She was scared, unable to think of anything good, feeling abandoned and hopeless. The old lady didn't respond immediately, but gently invited her to sit and listen. She understood that in the darkest moments, what matters most is peace in the heart and positive thoughts, no matter how small. She prepared to share a profound story to help Priya see life differently and find hope and strength. The old lady looked at Priya with gentle eyes and began to tell her a meaningful story. She explained that when a person's mind is clouded with negative thoughts, the heart becomes heavy and sorrowful. Conversely, if we hold positive thoughts in our hearts, we feel lighter and gain the strength to overcome difficulties. She told a story about a poor man who had nothing: no food, no money, no family. One day, he sat by the river, crying bitterly over his life. As he was in despair, an old woman passed by and asked why he was crying. He said he had nothing and didn't know how to be happy. The old woman smiled gently and showed him the simple but precious things around him: the river that flows endlessly, the green trees that provide shade, and the warm sunshine every day. She told him that if he only focuses on what he lacks, he will always be sad. But if he appreciates and thinks about what he has, he will find peace within. The man listened and began to see the world with new eyes. He stopped crying and felt the beauty of nature around him, which gave him hope and strength to rebuild his life. The old lady told Priya that it was not magic or luck that changed the man's life, but his change in thinking. When we think positively, we gain the power to face all challenges. After hearing the story and advice from the old lady, Priya began to change her mindset. Every morning, she told herself, "Today will be a good day." Although life was still difficult, Priya no longer let worry and fear control her mind. She worked hard, cared for, and loved her children with all her strength, holding on to hope that things would get better. Gradually, this shift in thinking gave Priya the strength to face daily challenges. Instead of being overwhelmed and lost, she learned to confront difficulties with a positive attitude and perseverance. Priya's optimism and determination not only made her stronger, but also inspired those around her. Soon after, Priya received a letter from her husband. He had found a stable job in the city and was sending money home. Joy overflowed in her heart as she saw that hope and effort were finally rewarded. Priya ran to the old lady to share the good news, her heart full of gratitude and happiness. The old lady smiled kindly and said, You see, when we think positively, good things come to us. Though difficulties remain, with a hopeful heart, we can overcome everything. Priya's story quickly spread throughout the village. Many people came to the old lady to share their life struggles and received her precious advice. Think good thoughts, and good things will come. Gradually, the villagers began to change their perspective, learning to keep positive thoughts even in hard times. Thanks to optimism and hope, their lives became brighter and lighter. Joy and spiritual strength spread throughout the village, helping people bond, love, and share more. The old lady became an inspiration, loved and respected for the comfort and faith she brought. The final message she wanted to convey was, no matter how hard life is, positive thinking and gratitude can create great strength. A heart full of hope is always the strongest heart. When we choose to see the good and appreciate what we have, we find peace, happiness, and inspire others to move forward together. This is a valuable lesson for everyone, regardless of circumstances or difficulties.